Welcome to part 2, which is all about the different channels of startup fundraising. And before we get into each of them, I wanted to put these channels into context to help you decide which ones to focus your efforts. This is something I wish I'd known more about when I started out as a founder, and I'm really happy to be sharing these ideas and insights with you. And the goal of this section of the course is to get you to a point where you can understand all the different options of different funding channels that are available to you, so you can decide which of these are right for your startup. This is important because knowing about these funding channels and understanding which ones are going to work for you is going to save you a lot of time and money and will increase the chance of a successful fundraise. Now, for those of you who've already downloaded the free PDF on my website, you'll know I have my top 10 ways for you to raise the first £150,000 for your startup. And this starts with bootstrapping to show investors how you can do the most with the least, then starting to reach out to your existing contacts while discounting nobody given the networks that you can potentially access, to giving your early investors the benefit of generous tax relief schemes. You can also consider non-dilutive grant funding if your business is qualifying. There are accelerators and incubators that will provide cash and non-cash benefits, and many of these accelerators and incubators are endorsing bodies that will support an application from an overseas entrepreneur looking to invest in your business and join as a co-founder through the UK Entrepreneur Visa programs. And you can consider crowdfunding platforms as a way of marketing your business and growing your reach, finding angel investors on networking platforms, having the confidence to go to a pitching event, and start to network among early stage venture capital funds. Now, we'll be going through each of these funding channels in detail in this part of the course, so you really understand the opportunity of each channel and to maximize your chance of success. So to first put this into context though, I've mapped out these channels so you can see how they relate to the level of funding you're looking to raise and how close to these funding sources you might already be. This is all an exercise in growing your circle of influence, and it starts by having a strong fundraising toolkit, as we discussed in the first part of this course, where you're using your pitch deck, website and social media presence to communicate to your audience, which is basically all the channels of fundraising I've listed here, about how you're going to solve a major problem and deliver a successful outcome for your investors. Not all of these funding channels will be right for your startup, but hopefully this course will give you a reason to help think about how to make those best choices. For instance, you might think about starting with bootstrapping before going out to pitch to investors at events and through networking platforms while offering tax relief. You might even find while at pitching events that you meet other startup founders who might introduce you to an accelerator and plug you into their network of investors. And that accelerator can endorse a visa application from an overseas entrepreneur who might want to join your team and invest. Or you might decide to pitch your close networks and grow a following amongst an ever larger group of investors as part of a crowdfunding campaign, for which you can also offer early stage tax relief. You might even find that your idea is perfect for grant funding, which you can match with investment from perhaps early stage venture capital funds that might specialize in the field where you're active. There's really no right or wrong approach to fundraising. It's really all about learning what channels you have to choose from and knowing how they work to maximize your opportunity. So we'll get going in the first channel on the next lesson, which is bootstrapping. So let's get into it.